Hello, and welcome back to another episode. Today, I want to tell you about an idea that my wonderful wife had a couple of weeks ago, and it was kind of like a statement of intent for the household. You know, for me, for her, for both of us, because it's something that we both struggle with, and that is buying things, buying new things, especially when we go, for example, out to North Shields or Whitley Bay, or Wallsend, or even Newcastle itself, actually, and we go to the charity shops. We often have, and I in particular have, a knack of finding really, really good deals on things that are really interesting. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. It's a skill. But you end up with lots of things, and you also end up spending incrementally quite a lot of cash. Even if it's just £1 here and £1 there, it does add up. For example, recently I was in North Shields and came across these two. It's a solo RPG adventure book called Colossal, and they are fantastic, really well made hardback books. They were produced as part of a Kickstarter project, and when I came across these, they were priced at £15 each, I think. Yeah, so that's £30 for the two. But what they represent is essentially a single player D&D campaign that you can go through on a rainy afternoon, and it looks fantastic. The reviews were fantastic, and these things were untouched. So I simply had to get them because I knew about them. That's the problem. I knew that they were there. I knew that I would play these, and so I spent my £30. Now, as I sit here today, I'm between invoices on my paid work, and I have around about £30 in the bank. so I'd be much better off spending that on food, postage, for example, or work postage, that is, or just saving it, not spending it, than spending it on something that I come across that I just go, oh, I need to have it. It's such a bargain. I'm never going to find it again. I'm sure you probably recognise that. As if you are remotely nerdy or enthusiastic about things, sometimes the price is genuinely really good, but it doesn't mean that you should necessarily go for it. And so what she came up with, because she has a similar problem, when it comes to, especially books, but in bookshops, this kind of thing. And really, I think mainly what I'm thinking about is books and graphic novels today. And she suggested that we, in her words, shop in the house. That we do home harvesting for things as if we are going shopping. And this is partly because we have so many books that we don't know everything that we have. And there's often a very pleasant surprise when you actually go through the shelves, and it can scratch that itch for something new and exciting and something to do, for example, on a rainy afternoon, without spending that cash. Well, spending that cash again. So I figured today it would be an interesting experiment to grab a camera, go upstairs to my graphic novel cupboard, and do a little bit of home harvesting, shopping at home. Let's see what we can find. This is a wardrobe in our bedroom that I have converted into a graphic novel cupboard. It is, yep, it is certainly full of graphic novels, but this is because I am dyslexic, and I've always found images and words to be the most powerful way of enjoying a story, not just sort of trudging through the verbiage. We have some more stuff in this side of the wardrobe, and we have some empty DS boxes and a modest Wii U collection there. But yeah, this represents probably the biggest shop that we have in the house, because there's so much to choose from. Now at the top we have Star Wars and Simpsons and Transformers, and we have a Marvel shelf. Broadly speaking, a DC shelf there. Other and independent, and down here kind of a lot of other random stuff as well. And then of course again these shelves here. Now I recently, for example, got my hands on this Alabaster Wolves, a really interesting looking book that I really need to read. So I think I'm going to choose that one. That's number one. Dinotopia is, oh goodness, got this from Morpeth, from a British Heart Foundation shop in Morpeth a little while ago, and it represents a wonderful combination of prose and imagery, all about the land of Dinotopia and how people live with these dinosaurs. I don't think I'll read that today, but again, I need to remember that I have that for when I'm in the mood. Let's see, what else can we possibly be in the mood for? Oh, I know. I really need to read Battle Angel Alita. I have the deluxe box set back there. Yeah, and I just haven't read it yet. 6 books that I really need to dive into. Although possibly not today, because that's a lot to carry downstairs. I think I want to start this. Yeah, BPRD, the Universal Machine, Mike Mignola and others. I really am trying to get into sort of Hellboy and Hellboy adjacent material at the moment, so I think I'll take a look at that. Magic Eye. I'm not really in the mood for Magic Eye today. Oh, now there's something I haven't actually read in a while. This, the Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. I suppose, is it a manga? It's certainly a graphic novel. I think it's probably published in the Western format. So it starts out at the on this side of the book, not the other side of the book. But yeah, I want to actually finally sit down and finish reading this. So we're going to put that on the pile. What else? One more thing, I guess. One more thing. Not really in the mood for DC, and there's some really cool sort of dark indie stuff around, which I am always in the mood for, but not necessarily today. Okay, let's take a look up here. Ooh, let's see. I know. I'm going to go for Star Wars. Oh, it's not here actually. We have. Oh no, there you go. Empire Service. In the Empire Service, X-Wing Rogue Squadron. This image has always fascinated me. And when I saw it on the front of this particular book in Bolden Colliery, briefly there was a geeky shop there selling comics and computer games. I simply had to get this and this companion piece as well. I'll grab them both. Yeah. Oh, at some point I'm going to have to make a video about this book. We have 2 copies of the same book, but it's Transformers. The Transformers universe is basically all of the G1 robots. Sort of character sheets about them. Hang on. So you have a breakdown of, well, ironically enough here, breakdown. A breakdown, but also each character, they have a sort of their signature saying, what they transform into. Yeah, there'd have to be a whole book of its own. I've got my copy and my brother's copy because he just wasn't interested in keeping hold of his copy. Oh, that spine needs fixing. Okay, cool. That'll do for this cupboard, I think. Perfect. Okay, so I'm back downstairs, and while I'm shopping in the house, there's something I definitely want to play from the Xbox 360 collection, and that is Alan Wake. I recently completed, for the second time, Control, and I'm yet to actually complete this game. I know that Control 2 and Alan Wake 2, more to the point, are coming out soon, and they're all in the same universe, so I need to actually finish this game. I'm going to do it. Incidentally, the collector's edition came with this Maglite, Alan Wake Maglite, which was quite a bit of fun. Right, so there you go. Okay, cool. Computer game from this 360 drawer. So there we go. A nice little selection of books and a computer game for me to be getting on with. Now, I should say I am very lucky to have a little library like that to draw from. Even this little selection of books is a brilliant selection of titles. But this has also not happened by accident. And obviously, for example, I have a bookshelf behind me. There's another bookshelf upstairs that I could have drawn from. This is a collection that I, and in fact both of us, have been adding to for several years now, bit by bit, purchasing things when they're interesting and crucially when they're affordable. So I didn't pay brand new prices for pretty much anything. Even the Alan Wake special edition there, I got towards the end of the Xbox 360's life cycle, so it was relatively inexpensive. Sometimes I do pay new prices for things, stuff that I support on Kickstarter, authors that I like, or in the case of buying something new. Recently, for example, I got my hands on the Nausicaa Valley of the Wind manga deluxe collection, but even that was quite heavily reduced in price. I saw a deal online and got it. So it's a collection that's built up over the years. It is a matter of priorities. In this house, we do prioritise books. In the room above me, there's a whole wall of prose and reference books. So yeah, it's a household choice, I guess. And so we do get to dive into that resource on days like this, when that resource was designed to be useful, in fact. So in that sense, we've gathered this stuff together, these collections, these little nuggets and gems, precisely so that when it is a rainy day, when we don't have much money on a given month, or when the nights are getting dark and autumn winter approaches, we are able to indulge ourselves. And it's just nice to have that sort of formulated down in Mrs. Soup's suggestion that we do shop at home, that we do harvest at home on days when we're looking for something cool. And thankfully we have cool things to find. So hopefully this hasn't felt like welcome to my crib. Here are all of my amazing. It's definitely not a matter of trying to show off. There are people with massive games collections and games rooms that I would be envious of, or there are people who who prioritise and save up for going on holiday, for example, holiday abroad once or even twice a year, perhaps. It is a matter of what we choose to do with our time and with our spare money. And in my case, it's books. It's things that make me smile. So obviously, big collection of stuff behind me. But it's also tools as well. And having the right tools, incidentally, as an aside, just over here, I recently installed this bookshelf here. Let me just see if I can move the camera down. There we go. This guy. And converted it from a tall boy cupboard by chopping off the top and installing it, and replacing a unit that I really didn't like. It was a blue plastic office unit that was all wobbly and dusty. Whereas, that thing there is not only something that I found on Facebook Marketplace, but also by having the right tools, I was able to make something happen in the house that some people just can't do. So again, it it is all about priorities. I don't mean to labour the point, but I really really need to frame the camera better. But at the same time, I really don't want to be taking that part of my life where I am very fortunate for granted, and I want to make it clear that I don't, in that sense. It's all about priorities. Hopefully this has been interesting at the very least. Hopefully you found something in here just to maybe just reframe an aspect of your house or your collection, or your bits and bobs. There may be drawers perhaps where you've got stuff that you just go, oh yeah, I forgot about that, and it just brings something into your day that maybe means you don't go out and spend that £5 or whatever, $10 or something on something else, when actually you may well have something just waiting to be rediscovered in your midst already. Who knows? Thanks for watching. Until next time, do take care. Bye bye.